Ahoy, this is Zdenka. In this tutorial, I'll show you how to color grade iPhone 15 Pro log footage 3 different ways with 3 different tools. It's not going to be Adobe Premiere Pro, it's not going to be DaVinci Resolve or any other video editing software. First, I'll show you basic color grading directly on the smartphone to get these results. Then I'll move on to computer to get similar looks as I was editing photos. Lastly, I'll show you how to step it up even more like this, where you add halation and structure to get over-the-top cinematic look. That will be the most interesting part of this tutorial, in my opinion. Timestamps are enabled, so you can always come back to review the parts you want. By the way, those looks are all from my LUTs collections. I'll leave the link to those below. The first tool I'm going to use is just an iPhone. If I'm out somewhere and I really want to quickly send a clip which I just shot in native camera app in Apple Log profile that looks washed out like this is what I would do, as filming in native camera app doesn't allow me to add Rec 709 conversion LUT while I'm filming. Blackmagic camera app does that. I'll link in-depth tutorial for that app in the video description below for those interested. Let's go back to that clip I just showed you and hit edit at the top right corner. The first thing we see is that the video has no contrast, so it's easiest to start with that. Let's bring it all the way to 100. Next, I will naturally bring the shadows down. Not all the way, but right about there, so it looks as realistic as possible. I look at the blacks mainly to make them look black, just like what I see in real life. The opposite of shadows are highlights, so let's adjust them to the natural look as well. I will bring them up a little bit. Not too much, as we don't want to make the highlights overexposed. Now that the contrast, highlights, and shadows are set, let's add some color. There is a difference between vibrance and saturation, and many people don't understand what the difference is. Saturation affects the color intensity of every color in an image. So when you slide up, everything will get more colorful, even skin tones will be more orange. Vibrance, on the other hand, only controls the parts of a photo that aren't that colorful, so it allows the color to stand out without making it way too busy. It is also not going to make the skin look more orange. So first, I'm going to bring the saturation a bit up, which means all the colors up. I usually just push it all the way, which looks crazy oversaturated, and then I ease up until I see something very realistic. Then I will go with vibrance to see if I can make the colors pop a bit more, something like this. I will then zoom in with my 2 fingers on the screen and check further the blacks and whites. If the blacks are not black yet, I can go to black point and push it a bit more until I see true blacks. Last touch would be brightness to make sure the photo looks pleasant where I want it to be. So this is how you would make your clip look normal. Now that I'm done and happy, I can actually copy and paste all these changes to all other clips I shot. Hit 3 dots at the right top corner, click on Copy Edits. Go to the next shot, hit 3 dots again, and here select Paste Edits. If you have multiple clips and want to paste it to all at the same time, simply select your clips, hit 3 dots and select Paste Edits. Now all your images have been edited the same way. What you can do is keep that one clip, that one image for the future as a preset, so you don't have to do this process all over again. You will only paste the settings to your future clips. Alright, so that was the basics, fixing Apple Log footage directly on the iPhone. It's good to know the basics. It's good to understand how it all works. The easy way would be just slapping on 709, Rec 709 conversion LUT, but that's not gonna teach you anything. You're just gonna slap on that conversion LUT. You might want to create something different. You might create your own look. So let's move on to the next tool. Where am I gonna go? To Adobe Lightroom. I'm quite positive that many of you are thinking right now, why? What's the point? Adobe Lightroom is for photography. Yes, that's true. My background is very extensive when it comes to photography. I feel like a fish in the ocean when it comes to editing in Adobe Lightroom. It's way easier for me to color grade the image in Adobe Lightroom and export LUT instead of using Adobe Premiere Pro. So let me take you through the whole process and let me teach you how you can actually export LUT from Adobe Lightroom. First, I'm going to take a frame out of the video and save it as a photo. You can do it in any video editing software. Let's say I don't want to use the Apple Rec 709 conversion LUT. I want to create my own LUT. The basics are exactly the same as on iPhone. First, you are going to adjust contrast, then shadows, highlights, saturation, vibrance, and check again blacks and perhaps whites. Once I have this basic look, I could either save it as a preset, I could export it as a LUT, but right now, just to show you how to color grade in Adobe Lightroom, I'm gonna take it a step further. This part gets very tricky. Here it all depends on your personal taste, on what colors you want. I'm going to say something you might not want to hear, but I need to be 100% honest with you because those are my thoughts. There is a group of people that will see the colors right away. There is another group of people that will learn how to see the colors with experience over the years. That was my case. And there is a third group of people, they are simply not gonna see the colors. It's like painting. You either have it or you don't. You either see the colors or you don't. If you don't see the colors yet, don't give up. Just practice, practice, repeat. It might come with the experience over a certain period of time. Again, I was there, that was my case. I didn't see it right away. I didn't know how to edit photos right away. It came with time. The more I did it, the better I got at it. Moving on. I know for sure that this winter look needs more cooler blue tones, and that is exactly what I'm going to do. I will bring the greens more to blue. I will cool down the blues even further. So now I am done. This is the final look. And here comes the most important thing. How do we export that cube file out of Adobe Lightroom so we can use it in any video editing software? First, you will need to download free LUT generator software called IWLTBAP. You will find the link below in the video description. Once you have that software installed and you open it, you're going to click on Generate a HUD file, which you will save in the same folder where you exported the image from the video. I'm going to import this HUD file to Lightroom. Not exactly sure how to pronounce the HUD or HUD. I'll just say it my way. Then I will copy some settings from the edited photo. So first I will uncheck all and check only whites, blacks, vibrance, saturation, tone curve, HSL color, color grading, and calibration. I'm going to copy all this and paste it onto the HUD file. Simply press Ctrl+V. The next step would be exporting this image as a PNG file. From here, it's easy. Open up the free LUT generator, click on Convert to LUT. Open the PNG file and create your custom LUT. Now you can bring it to any video editing software that supports importing LUT and color grade your footage. A few weeks ago, I was thinking, wait a second, now with all these AI tools coming out, there must be some kind of a generator out there which can help us to create LUT better, and maybe they have more advanced features. Well, I jumped in on Google and I searched and I actually found one which is pretty amazing. It's called color.io and you'll be amazed what it can do. But to be absolutely honest with you, I don't know everything yet. I need more time to learn that inside out. There's just a lot to do there. But let me show you what I know so far. The same thing here, take a frame out of the video and save it as a photo, JPEG. Import it to color.io. You can either let the program create a look based on what it sees in the image. You will get 4 options. You can create even more options from one of these you like. Or you can choose any of these presets below that look the best for your image. There are many options below. Once you choose one of them as your starting point, let's toggle split screen so you can see before and after. I'm going to hit edit, and here is what I really like. You can tweak the look further to get the results you really want. You can change the colors in special volume and balance. I find it very helpful that they have these question marks there, which take you to their online manual where you can learn more about those tools. Again, I still didn't get through everything. You can adjust density, vibrance, saturation. You can control luminance, radiance. There is also an RGB mixer. The next page takes you to the effects panel. Here you can add and customize the halation effect. That will give you the cinematic look you see in the movies. You can add grain and structure if you want. I stay away from those, so I prefer a clean look. You can add vignette and fringe. You can then save the preset for the future, and you can export the LUT you created as a generic LUT or specifically for a program you use. I still edit in Adobe Premiere Pro, so I created LUT for that as well, besides a generic one. I personally love this so far. I get way better results than if I created those LUTs in Premiere Pro or even Lightroom. It's just me though. You can try it, you don't have to, it's up to you. I reached out to them to see if they could offer some kind of a discount. They offered 25% discount code lifetime licenses. The code is in a video description below. I hope you didn't get overwhelmed with all this very technical info. It's probably better to save it for the future of this video. If you are brand new into smartphone filmmaking, struggling with basics such as frame rates, I have a beginner-friendly course on that below. Everything is linked below. Give it a thumbs up if you learned something new. Don't forget to subscribe for more. And don't forget to also check out one of these videos next. See you in the next one. Ciao. Ahoj.